Welcome, and thank you for watching Comedy for Humans. I'm Greg.
Benvenuto e grazie per aver guardato la commedia per gli umani. Sono Andrew.
17-year-old Billie Eilish was recently criticized for not knowing who Van Halen is, which pissed off men over 30 everywhere. But seriously, no one has anything meaningful to gain by Billie Eilish knowing or not knowing about Van Halen. Hey, don't look at me like that. I'm not the bad guy.
Employees at an assisted living facility in North Carolina are accused of running a dementia fight club. This comes after someone in the facility spoke up about the abuse and violated the first rule of Dementia Fight Club. You don't remember Dementia Fight Club.
Paranoid parents are worried that marijuana edibles are going to be making their way into their children's presents this year. In completely unrelated news, Dark Side of the Moon albums on vinyl are now the hottest selling item for Christmas.
A new exhibition at the Kennedy Center showcases the work of George W. Bush, entitled Portraits of Courage. Critics have said that the exhibition shows that Mr. Bush is just as gifted in the arts as he was in politics, which is to say, he's really oil-based.
A Russian man has launched a lawsuit against Apple alleging that a cryptocurrency app called Gaycoin turned him into a homosexual. The man argues that a message displayed on the app said, "Don't judge until you try." So he thought, and I quote, "How can I judge without trying?" Meanwhile, Gaycoin has remained well below the value of $1 for the last 2 years, leading many to wonder when this man is going to tell his parents that he is both gay and broke.
A hospital in England has admitted responsibility for operating on a woman without her being properly anesthetized. The surgeon in charge of the operation stated that the first indication that something might be wrong were her wild screams of pain.
Lana Del Rey is starting off next year exclusively touring in places she likes to get up. Destinations include Amsterdam, Paris, London, Manchester, Glasgow, Paris, Paris again, and of course, Verona.
A new report shows an 84% increase in video content on the internet. Unsurprisingly, 96% of these videos are porn. The study also shows that of that 96%, 100% of those videos are on Greg's hard drive.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? What is this, 2004? Who saves porn on their computer anymore, Andrew? It's called a private browser. Grow up. 3 drug traffickers were rescued by the Colombian Navy. The traffickers were found hanging on to 1,200 kilograms of cocaine in an attempt to stay afloat. Thankfully, their lives were saved and all 800 kilograms of cocaine were safely retrieved, said the Colombian Navy.
McDonald's has announced the Veggie Dippers meal, a new vegan meal from the fast food chain. At last, vegans finally have an option that will leave them feeling both embarrassed and bloated, just like the rest of us.
A 9-year-old in Belgium who was set to become the youngest college graduate in the country has dropped out, proving once and for all that it's never too early to give up on your dreams.
A new museum is opening in Vienna that centers around exhibits intended for posting on social media. Art critics are heralding the museum as innovative, saying the No Filter Museum has found a way to make modern art even worse, something we thought was impossible for many years.
Eminem and Nick Cannon are apparently in a rap battle over Mariah Carey. This is much like the notorious feud between Biggie and Tupac, only imagine instead of Tupac, it's Michael Cera, and instead of Biggie, it's slightly older Michael Cera.
In the wake of new legislation against vaping products, companies are turning to new, innovative approaches. One company, Altria, has just released a new device which heats tobacco sticks to deliver nicotine. This new trend has prompted the release of our own new product, Nicotine. The perfect blend of Earl Grey and tobacco, Nicotine delivers a sufficient dose of nicotine for any individual.
Well, that's it for today's headlines. It's about time to see what the weather's like.
So we're still doing that, huh?
Yeah, we're not just gonna stop doing the weather.
Oh, we could.
We're not. And now to our very own weather correspondent, Whitney Whamhorn. Hey, what's up, Whitney?
Oh, is now a good time for the weather? No, it's fine. What do you want to know?
Whitney? Hey, Whitney, are you doing all right? You've been crying there, or?
Shut up! What? You don't think I know? Like it's some kind of secret?
Hey, can we get someone to go check on Whitney? Like anybody?
You know, I know what you've all been saying about me.
Whoa,
okay,
hey, no.
I mean, no,
What?
Where's this coming from? You know, this is ridiculous.
No, Buddy likes me.
Hey, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
Oh, no, it's,
No, don't freaking touch me, man. No, I'll freaking end you. All right, get off. Yeah, walk off, man. This is my show. This is my segment. Why doesn't anybody like me? I try so hard.
Okay, well that's it for the
Yeah,
weather.
that's,
Just remember, it's that time of the semester. Everybody's feeling it. And it's probably more obvious than you think, and you're not the only one. There are at least 2 places you can see someone about mental health on campus.
What do you mean I'm terminated? I don't even insect.
That's right. Get help. We'll be right here when you get back.
Biker Jim's brother.
Thank you for tuning in to Comedy for Humans. At Comedy for Humans, we pride ourselves in being topical and current. That's why we wanted to let you know that this sketch was recorded and produced this week and wasn't an old sketch from 3 months ago that we almost forgot about. Now, you might have a few questions like, why are you explaining to us that it's topical unless you're hiding something? Or why is Greg dressed as a magician? Well, I'll answer your question with a question. Why are you asking so many questions? This is a college comedy show. Relax and enjoy this sketch that was definitely made this week and not for Halloween.
It's
Christmas.
And
Winter.
movies have brought both Oscar buzz and critical flops. Here to talk to us about his
Winter.
favorites is a member of local fraternity Omega Omega Beta Sigma, Keg Stanford.
Yo, what's up, Greg? Shout out Omega Omega Beta Sigma check.
Cool. So, are there any movies our viewers could take their families to this?
Winter.
Well, there's only one movie that's on my mind, Greg, but I did see this movie last weekend, and it was fine, I guess. The dogs were all trained pretty well, but there was barely any nudity. So I'm gonna have to give this one 2 Joel Pods out of 5. Now, if I could, I'd really like to talk about this one movie that
Wait,
me and
it's
Christmas.
season. Keg. I mean, are there any
Festive.
movies?
No, Greg. All right, Greg. Shut up. I'm serious. I want to talk about the movie all my homies and I have already seen 5 times. Bro, it's dope.
Yeah.
You gotta see it.
Okay.
You take a renowned actor and you have him play someone that emphasizes the internal struggle in our society It's a story about the duality of self, right?
Wait,
How
wait,
one
wait,
man-
wait. A lot of people are worried that this movie's sending like bad messages to single white males, especially
Well,
young ones.
I'm sorry that you're not a believer, Greg. All right? Look, this movie shows that no matter what your circumstances, you can rise up and find another part of yourself. One that the man doesn't want you to know. Hey, can I vape in here?
No, you can't.
Look, this one film is going to cause a cinematic revolution. A political revolution. Sure, people might say it's played out or even bad, but look, we don't need to listen to them. If I learned one thing from this movie, it's that we don't need to listen to the thems of this world. We're creating a movement, Greg!
Keg, just don't you think it's kind of messed up to just worship a movie that celebrates, like societal violence like Joker does?
Joker? No, that movie sucked, bro. I'm talking about Gemini Man with Will Smith. Joker was boring. Why was that guy so sad the whole time?
Oh my God, thank God. Okay, so thank you, Keg. We'll be right back.
Why are you reading that trash? Read the Metrosphere.
Metrosphere is a magazine that highlights art, literature, and culture on the Rayer campus and the surrounding Denver area, created by journalism students while featuring work from English, art, journalism, and design students.
Who are you talking to?
What is Met TV? It's the Met Report for all your latest news. Noticiero TV Met, news in Spanish. Both on Denver Channel 58 and mymetmedia.com. Tune in for the latest in sports, aging entertainment, and more. Also check out The Nightly Met, a Tonight Show. El Templo Futbolero for all your soccer news. Student Corner. Daytime Duo, a fun daytime talk show. MSU Denver Laughs for some fun improv. And Otra Onda, entertainment in Spanish. All this and more only on Met TV.
Hi, this is Wellington Webb, former mayor of Denver, Colorado from 1991 to 2003. I was so pleased to receive an honorary doctorate from Metro State University. It's been a great highlight of my life. And I also want to take this opportunity to say happy birthday to you on your 50th anniversary.
Welcome back. For the last 10 years, millennials have been blamed for everything, from wrecking the economy, to convincing their younger brother to eat Tide Pods, to convincing that same younger brother to buy my ADD medication. But can you prove it? Here to speak on behalf of all millennials is Greg Gonzales.
Thanks, Beanie. Beanie? Mm-hmm. Beanie, my eyes, they're up here.
Oh, yeah.
Great,
of course.
Okay, cool. So, I'm a millennial.
I know.
Cool. So you must also know about the reputation that millennials have.
I know of it.
Okay, well, I, for one, do not think the millennials broke the world. But I know who did.
Who?
Who else? The baby boomers.
I see what you're doing here. But isn't that the same thing that's being done to millennials? Aren't you just blaming another generation for your problems?
Yeah. Okay, I can see why you would think that. But let's just, for argument's sake, let's just go down the list here. According to Forbes magazine, millennials ruin napkins. According to the UN Global Outlook report, baby boomers ruin the ocean. According to Business Insider, millennials are killing golf because maybe we'd rather exercise in a way that doesn't still make us fat. Meanwhile, according to a 2018 poll, boomers are staying in jobs until too many organs fail. And then 57% report passing down half or less of their expertise before retirement. Millennials aren't killing anything. We're just trying to survive in the world that boomers created.
Yeah.
What?
No, I'm just agreeing with what you're saying. We're just trying to survive.
Yeah, no, I know. How old are you again?
Well, I'm 20.
Yeah. Okay, I guess that's why I was confused, because you're not technically a millennial because you're not 25, so...
No, I'm still a millennial.
Yeah, but you're not.
I'm a millennial. I mean, just because I was born a Gen Zer doesn't mean I don't identify more with being a millennial.
Are you saying that you're like a
That's right. I am transgenerational.
Oh no. Oh, Beanie. Oh.
It's true. I'm trans millennial.
No, that's not a thing.
It totally is.
It's not.
Yes, it is. You do it too.
No, I don't. I'm not transgenerational, or I'm not trans anything. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm not.
No, you are. You tell people you're 25 like all the time.
Oh, okay, hold on. I don't. No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I just look. People think I'm 25, but I just don't usually bother correcting them, and they usually don't ask. So I mean, that's not the.
Oh, I totally get it. You lie by omission.
I didn't say that.
Exactly.
Look, I'm comfortable
You're
with
30.
Yeah, okay, I remember. I don't feel 30.
Well, you know what I don't feel like? I don't feel like I'm 20.
Okay, but I just don't. I'm healthy. You know, I feel like I'm like, I don't know, like in my mid-20s, but
So you identify more with being 25?
You know what? I'm the only brown person on this show.
I'm the only woman.
This is bull. Does anybody else want to weigh in here on this? I don't.
Absolutely not.
Not really.
Not even a little bit.
I'm good.
Coming up next, will Greg join the Dementia Fight Club?
All right, you know what? This game, okay?
We'll be right back.
It's fine that other people like you. It's more important that you like yourself. And I'm comfortable with every part of me. Meals on Wheels coming to my door as someone who's housebound assures me that I'm not forgotten. They care that I'm okay. My name is Asha Ida Bell. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Whether it's local news or world news, the Met Report delivers. Along with politics, sports, entertainment, and weather, our Student Emmy Award-winning newscast features only the best. Tune in live to the Met Report every Friday at 12:30 p.m. on Campus Channel 20, Comcast Channel 58, or mymetmedia.com.
We're nearing the general election for the UK, which means the possibility of a new UK government. In fact, by the time you see this, we may already know the identity of the next Prime Minister and the stance they may take on the issue on everyone's mind: Brexit. However, there are still a lot of unanswered questions on what Britain's exit from the EU might look like. Here to answer some of those questions is the leader of the Conservative Party in Britain, Mr. Boris Johnson. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Boris.
The pleasure is all mine.
Now, with regards to Brexit, this is obviously going to be a massive change for Britain.
Certainly. I think this will likely go down as one of the biggest moments in British history.
What would you say is on the same scale as this?
The Black Plague, when we lost in the American Revolution, having to evacuate at Dunkirk. Along those lines, really.
I see. What do you have to say concerning the fears that the UK will leave the EU without any deal at all?
Well, we've been hearing a lot about that, but there's really nothing to be concerned about.
And why is that?
Well, we have a plan.
And what is that?
Well, a plan is sort of a method of how something's going to be accomplished. You see, it's kind of like...
No. Not what is a plan. What is your plan?
Well, it mainly centers around leaving the EU.
And?
I'll admit that is most of what the plan constitutes.
It doesn't really sound like a plan. That more seems like a singular objective.
Well, we are also in talks with the EU concerning a more solid deal.
Oh, and what about the allegations that those talks aren't proceeding very smoothly?
Well, that's true by all means, but we are talking.
You're talking. And that's it?
We do shout sometimes, too.
And what about the border between Ireland and Northern Ireland?
Well, we have a plan for that, too.
Oh, do you?
Correct.
And how does your plan comply with the Good Friday Agreement?
Beg pardon?
The Good Friday Agreement.
Well, yes, I remember that.
And?
And what?
And how does your plan comply with the Good Friday Agreement?
I beg your pardon?
What is your current plan for the border between Ireland and Northern Ireland?
Well, there are a few ideas surrounding that, but the current one is to implement customs checks in Ireland before any goods enter into Northern Ireland. And then Northern Ireland would also remain subject to certain EU customs regulations.
Okay, and that would require Ireland to consent to it, correct?
That's correct.
All right, why would they agree with that?
Well, they wouldn't, which is kind of the next hurdle we're navigating.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Northern Ireland would also need to agree to such a plan. Have you discussed this with them at all?
Well, yes, I have. Me and Arlene Foster, leader of the DUP, have had some wonderful screaming matches in recent days. And Mary Lou MacDonald of Sinn Féin has also stopped returning my calls, which I consider a major advancement in the matter.
So it seems like very little about your plan is really making any progress right now. We haven't really gotten the ball rolling.
Well, we do have a lot of the large-scale ideas figured out. It's just minutiae at the moment.
Okay, and what are those large-scale ideas?
Well, we've decided that rather than stay in the EU, we'd rather leave if at all possible, really.
Aside from that, have you really gotten anywhere?
Listen, I can tell that you're quite hesitant about the whole thing, but believe me when I say we are working very hard on this and that our government is the best suited to bring about Brexit.
And how is that exactly? I mean, you haven't even gotten a majority in the House of Commons at the moment. How can you possibly expect for them to vote for any deal you put on the table?
Well, they won't, which is kind of the next hurdle we're navigating with regards to that.
That's all the time we have. I guess that's another hurdle you'll have to get past. Thank you for joining us, Boris.
We're done already.
Tune in next week when we will talk to a psychologist about the long-term neurological effects of a nation collectively bashing their heads against a wall. Good night.
Hello, my name's Adele, and I invented this product, the Lovey Window. I invented this in preschool when I was at nap time, and I thought, why can't I see my Lovey in the day without taking it out? So I could see my Lovey the entire day. If you have a normal backpack, I can't see my Lovey, I can't hear my Lovey, I can't play with my Lovey, and that Lovey can't see me, can't hear me, feel it. But if they have this, they can see you and have more light and not be scared. So if you want to see your lovey in the middle of the day, you have to have this backpack until you can see the lovey. Thank you.
Met Radio on mymetmedia.com.
Check out eMet, where you can get the latest news on what's there to do in Denver, what the celebrities are doing, and the great must-sees. Check out eMet on the Met Report.
I knew you'd come.
I knew you knew.
Corey, help me.
I'm glad you brought your sword. Don't want to make a mess of things in front of Beanie.
Shut up.
Come at me, bro. I've looked forward to this since our last encounter.
My powers have doubled since we last met.
Twice the power, twice the failure. I sense fear in you, O'Leary. You have anger. You have hate.
By heaven, my soul is purged from grudging hate, and with my hand I seal my true heart's love.
Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Is that like Shakespeare or?
Good job. Now kill him.
What?
Do it. Give in to your hate. Ooh.
So, do you want to get coffee or something?
Nah, next time. I'll see you later.
Thank you for tuning in to Comedy for Humans. I couldn't help but notice you're consuming some content there on the internet. It'd be really helpful if you'd hit that like button, subscribe to see more from us. You can turn, what's the bell? No, don't hit the bell. You don't have to hit the bell. You're gonna get more notifications on your phone. You already get so many. Just hit subscribe. The algorithm likes us, it'll put us in the feed. Definitely hit that like button. All right, thank you.
Are you hungover?
Huh?